Hello and welcome to the continued adventures of Captain Nutbush. Now last we left the intrepid cadet, his captain had just been killed and it is up to him to take control of the ship. So, let us sit in the almighty captain's chair. Right click. Just as a side note,
Alyssa Flores is now your bridge officer. Bridge officers add abilities to your ship in space and accompany you on away missions on the ground.
I am sorry about the blurriness and whatnot, so I've done some techno wizardry to try and fix it. Hopefully it worked. Okay, there shouldn't be any echoes, are there? Right, let us press OK and we'll be off. You'll learn a bit more about bridge officers later.
All decks reporting in, sir. We took some casualties and sickbay is full. All ship systems have taken some damage, but some are worse than others. Life support is stable, but anything else could be an issue.
Just before we move any forward, we must remember correct finger positioning, because getting into a good gaming habit to begin with is going to make things a lot easier for you later, because this position, all of the controls naturally revolve around it, and is often the case in many other MMOs. But if you are new at MMOs or just gaming in general on a keyboard, this will help. So you want to take your middle finger, once again, which some people call their swearing finger, stick that on the W, your first finger on the D, and your ring finger on the A. Now once that's done, you should find that your thumb naturally rests on the space bar, which is going to become very useful later, and the shift key, which is something we will make use of later on. Anyhow, let us continue by pressing F, which is done by moving your first finger ever so slightly, well, just one to the right, I guess, because D and F right next to each other.
I have been trying to get a distress call out, Captain, but something is jamming all frequencies.
She's still cloaked, but I think she took some real damage. We're in rough shape too, Captain.
Still running diagnostics, sir. Took us some time to get the systems back online.
Hailing the break-even now, Captain.
Oh, hello, Starfleet. No hard feelings, right? I had to send that distress signal. If I didn't, that crazy Klingon was going to blow my ship into space junk. And, because Starfleet's always ready to help and all, could you help me repair my ship? I'm grateful for all you've done to save my ship and cargo already. But the sooner I can get out of here, the sooner I'll be safe from payday.
Increase your speed using E. Decrease your ship speed by using Q. W and S to move up or down. Use A and D to turn left or right.
Okay, as you see, we've got a nice visual of the ship, but we want the camera to be facing forward. Easy way to do this, and flying a starship in space, by the way, very mouse heavy. You can turn it into mostly keyboard controls, but mouse is still needed for this one simple reason. Moving the camera around. Very easy to do. Click anywhere on the empty space. Keep a hold of the click and just simply move your mouse around and you're golden. Okay, move forward using E. And E is just above your first finger. So go up one, and there we go. It should be right next to your middle finger, or swearing finger. Okay, now the more you press it, the faster you'll go. Here is your throttle, see? You can use your mouse to control that as well, just by clicking on the little bar there and moving it up and down once you've clicked it.
Helm, full stop. I've stopped us this time, sir, but from now on you'll be responsible for adjusting the speed of the ship.
Now, it doesn't actually tell you how to stop on this. There's two simple ways for beginners. It's just simply by pressing... Right, let's go. if you press Q by moving your ring finger directly up from the position it should naturally be in, just continue pressing that until the bar goes down and you've stopped. Press it again and you'll go into a reverse. Or, if you prefer to use your mouse, just click this. So, let's move ourselves into position. By the way, the faster you go, the better your turn rate will be, at least in the beginning anyway. Here we go.
Looks like she just needs 3 or 4 warp induction coils. We have plenty of those to spare. Position yourself near the ship and press F to interact with it.
Thanks. We'd help you if we could, but I just don't see any profit in that, you know?
Reckless Ferengi. Warping off with a leak. Anyway.
Well, looks like we're on our own. At least they said thank you, I guess. About that cloaked ship full of Klingons?
Almost done, Captain. Level 2 diagnostics shows that almost all of the plasma injectors are damaged beyond repair. Not enough. Plasma injectors are made to withstand quite a beating, but I think the Klingons specifically sabotaged them when they boarded us. It's an easy way to cripple a ship.
We're not the first ship the Klingons have hit here. There's wreckage all over this region. I can scan the derelicts and see if any of them have intact plasma injectors.
Scanning for parts.
Bingo! I found some suitable debris in the boneyard nearby. Destroy 3 of those nacelles, and we should get the parts we need.
Finally, we get to use our weapons.
Press the spacebar to fire energy weapons.
Okay, let's get some power to the engines and turn around. Let's press spacebar, as the lady said. Yay! Kaboom!
Move towards the island and press F to loot it.
Digging through scraps we've left behind.
Yeah, that guy's getting annoying.
Now, I've parked us here on purpose. You can see that there. And if you press spacebar, as you can probably hear, you can't shoot at it. That's because this big thing's in the way. Now, a general rule of thumb is, in this game, is if you can't shoot at it can't shoot at you. So if you ever find yourself in a hairy situation and you need to heal, find something to hide behind, or just try and move out of range. But keeping yourself behind here for a few seconds if you were being fired upon, great way to recharge. And you might find yourself using that because the battles do get quite difficult.
These plasma injectors will do the trick, sir. Gorgeous technology. Type R, if I had to guess. 3.7-liter flow put with shielded reservoirs and a drop flow induction coil. You have your problems, I have mine. I'll need some time to get everything installed and run a level 1 diagnostic. We don't want to blow up the moment we hit warp 1.
Zarva's dealing with the warp corp, but until she's done, we're still stranded out here with no way to call for help. Oh, don't forget the cloaked Klingon battlecruiser. It's probably making repairs faster than we are. Of course we can. We're the class of 2409. Tivrel has been working with the engineers, and they've pinpointed the locations of several Klingon signal jammers. That's what blocked our communications during the ambush. I recommend that we destroy the jamming satellites. We'll be able to get a call out to Starfleet then.
You must be within 10 kilometers of an enemy to attack. Use your plasma beam to weaken shielded targets.
Okay, there's a lot going on here.
Use your torpedoes on an enemy when their shield is down.
First things first, right-clicking on something. If you right-click on that, you'll get like a little green frame. That means instead of having to bash like that on your spacebar and potentially ruin it and wear your thumb out, you only need to press 1, because once you've picked your target and press spacebar once, it will continue to fire. But for the interests of the tutorial, I'm going to turn it off. Okay, we're going to come across some shields now, so let's click. We are now in range. Now notice it's 100%, that is its shields. Now the reason why the photon torpedoes aren't on spacebar 2 is to teach you the importance of kinetic damage on a hull. And here's our example. Right, the shield is down, and as you see, the phasers sort of do okay damage. But let's see what a torpedo does. Kaboom! But that...
Nice shot. 2 more jamming satellites left.
However, that is not going to work so well against shields. Now these shields are very, very weak, so the torpedo will do some damage, but as you go on you'll find that torpedoes do very little damage to shields.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Your best bet is always to take down the shields with phasers and then torpedo the bare hull. Got the idea? Now there's also something called broadsiding, especially if you're in a cruiser, which is going to be your best friend if you're an engineer. If you noticed, only 2 weapons are highlighted. You've got a weapon on the rear as well. Turn around. Now you can fire both. A little dilemma though. Photon torpedoes, you need to be forward facing to do it. So you've got to try and alternate between broadsiding.
I haven't forgotten about you. Think your ship can take a couple more hits.
torpedoes.
Long-range communications are operational, sir. Shall I send the distress signal?
Sending distress signal. Yuck. Hate stuttering.
That Klingon ship took some real damage. I'll bet she's leaking plasma all over the place. We might be able to use that to find them. Understood. I'd rather not die to Klingons on my first day. Got it. I can trace the plasma signature right to the source. I'll send the source of the plasma signature to navigation. It will show up on the map. It's pretty far out, sir. We should use the ship's full impulse power to reach it. This will temporarily take power from other systems, but vastly improve our speed. Once we drop out of full impulse, the power will return to other systems.
I can't make your death swift.
Activate full impulse by clicking on the arrow.
I apologize about the lag. That will happen in this game occasionally. Unfortunately, it is unavoidable. So, we've got full impulse now. There's a little thing you must know about full impulse, is that it drains power from your weapons, your shields and auxiliary. And you shall see now, full impulse. Down go the weapons, down go the shields and the auxiliary. Eventually it does take them offline, but
Hover your mouse over a weapon, and its firing arc will be shown around your ship in space.
for the sake of the tutorial, your shields are vastly superior to that of everyone else's. Okay, it's unshielded. So let's see if we can get a torpedo on it. Torpedo away! And it missed. Gotcha. Now normally, flying right into an exploding ship is not a good idea because it will most likely take you with it. So again, this is a tutorial.
Go ahead and try.
Activate high-yield torpedo by clicking on the icon or pressing Alt and 1. High-yield torpedo will increase the power of your next torpedo attack.
Okay, we've got a nice upgrade to our weapon here. Okay, we have an enemy here, and going at normal impulse it'll take us a long time, but if we arrive there with no power, we get ourselves in a pickle. So what you do, you full impulse and drop out with enough time for your energy reserves to recover. There we go. The rule is around about 15 kilometers is a good choice.
Click on a shield that is low on
We have a shielded bird of
power to
prey.
it. This will divert power from your other shields.
So let's broadside, get those shields down. If you noticed, I'm button bashing quite hard on the keyboard. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put them on auto fire. Let it do the work for me. Torpedo power. Fire.
This will divert power from your
Okay, here we go. Torpedo power still recharging.
Incoming transmission, sir. It is from Starfleet.
This is Captain Volok of the USS Renown. Do you require assistance? A Klingon captain would have to be very bold to travel this far into Federation territory. Where is Captain Taggart? And did you follow his orders? So, I take it you are in command now. Very well. We will escort your ship to Earth's space dock. And if he reveals his position, he will be dealt with accordingly. Until then, you are to set a course for our position.
Right. Oop, pardon me. Rightio then. Let's go. See, golden arrow on the minimap? That's where you want to follow. Unfortunately, there isn't always a compass in space. Let us full impulse. Take ages otherwise. Now I'm going to be cautious. I'm going to drop out about now just in case. Let my energy return. There we go. So I've got a feeling this might be a little bit of a boss battle. Or your first real battle anyway. Here we go. Alright, we're not putting a dent in.
Your captain begged for his life before I killed him.
Let's get a bit more power to our weapons. Here's the weapons presets.
Accepting danger is part of being a Starfleet officer. You have learned this lesson well.
Okay, let's put some more power to attack. It's going to drain energy from our engines, but we're doing an awful lot more damage now.
I'm tired of this. It's time to finish this fight.
Power weapons back to normal.
The Renown will escort you back to Earth's space dock. But first we must inform the USS Kittimer that... One moment. My communications officer informs me that we are unable to contact the Kittimer. we will proceed to their coordinates to determine if they require assistance, and your ship will accompany us. I hereby grant you a field promotion. This will give you the proper authority over your crew, and final decision-making ability for your ship until we reach Earth space dock and report to Admiral Quinn.
Ooh. We got some goodies. New impulse engine. New weapons. New rifle. And another person to add. Excellent.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
And Spock. Bullion. Interesting. Well, let us exit the sector space, and I will end the recording here. We shall see you on the next episode. Signing off.